Hello everyone, the Kentucky Patriot here. It's with heavy hearts. I was working and just heard the news about James Yeager and his passing. He'd been diagnosed, I think, with ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease not long ago, and we just heard the news just a little bit ago. Real quick, before we go any farther in this video, usually I'll leave every comment up. Even if it's negative, even something that you don't like, unless it's just a profanity-laced rant, I always leave every negative comment up. This video is going to be the exception. I don't want to hear anything negative. This isn't about because he was opinionated. If what he said about 9mm or 40 caliber or AK or whatever the case may be, that's neither here nor there. We're not discussing what he thought or what he said or what we did, but really the reason I made this video is we have to understand, and this is really kind of a little bit of an issue I think in our community. As much as I love this community, even if you're strongly opinionated and you feel with all your heart that a 22 LR is sufficient for home defense and EDC, or even if you feel in your heart and you're very opinionated and you feel so strong that a 22 is not sufficient for home defense or EDC, whether you think it is or whether you think it isn't, those guys aren't your enemy. Whether you think he's absolutely correct about the 9mm or you think he's absolutely wrong about the 9mm, that doesn't make him your enemy. Whether you agree with everything he said and done or whether you didn't, here we just have to look at the facts. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So whether we agree or whether we don't, guys, we're all on the same side. We are not enemies. And I've said this before, but Mr. Wilson that saved all those people in the church house, that active shooter that he stopped, nobody cares what gun he carried. Nobody cares what holster he had. Nobody cares what round he used. The moral of the story is he saved precious folks. And here's the thing about James Yeager. He was on our side when it comes to the 2A community. He loved freedom. He loved the 2A community. Now, I wasn't close friends with him. I didn't even really know him. I had met him a few times at NRA conventions, and I'd seen him once at Smoky Mountain Knife Works while I was on vacation with my wife and kids, and that was it. Now, he was always friendly. He was always cordial. But whether you agree with him on every issue or how he approached things or what he said and done, that's neither here nor there, but we're still all on the same side. We're all on the same team. You're either on the 2A side or you're not. And if they're on the 2A side, it's okay to disagree. It's okay to have different holster options. It's okay to have different rounds. Even if somebody else hates the round you carry and thinks you're crazy for doing so, or vice versa, somebody thinks, man, you're fantastic for what you do. Listen, you have to do what's best for you. And people's entitled to their own opinion, but again, that does not make us enemies. We can debate. And I'm happy to debate, like on comments or, whatever the case may be. I'm happy to discuss things. And if we disagree, that doesn't make us enemies or that, we should fall out with one another. We're all on the same side. Now, if we're talking back and forth on comments and it gets to name calling and profanity and this, then that's usually when, the civil goes out the window. I disengage. But just as far as if somebody says something, we shouldn't automatically turn them off, because they said something about our caliber. You know what I'm saying? I carry a 40 caliber, and if you hate a 40 caliber and you give a video about all the reasons you watch the 40 caliber, matter of fact, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to listen. I want to learn. I have no ties to a 40 caliber. I mean, if I can find a better round that I carry, that, hey, I may change. Because you don't like a 40, that doesn't offend me, and it shouldn't you either. So what I'm saying is, he was very strongly opinionated. I don't think anybody would dispute that, but he was definitely on our side when it comes to the 2A community. And here is the thing: whether you agree with all his tactics and how he trained people or not, the bottom line is he did train a lot of people and help them to, whether it was active pistol or I know he did some rifle and shotgun as well, but the bottom line is he trained people and helped people better defend themselves and their families. And no doubt some of those people that left that he had trained, whether you agree with all these tactics or not, the people that he trained, no doubt, have went out and told their loved ones, their skills, hey, I went to a class today. Here's kind of some of the things that we need to work on. Here's kind of some of the things they said. Here's some tips and tricks that maybe, and it's hard telling, kind of like a wave in the water, the ripple effect of how far that reaches out. So whether you agreed with him or even liked him personally or not, he's still one of us. And when something happens to the 2A community, it affects us all, good or bad. Gun laws are passed, it affects us all, good. I can't think of one decent gun law or good gun law, but you see what I'm saying? It affects us all. So, when something happens like this, no, I wasn't kin to him. No, wasn't a high school a friend that I've known for years. No, it wasn't even somebody really that I would even call, I would even know, because like I said, I met him, we spoke and that was about it. We talked, but it was literally just general. It wasn't nothing specific. But he was always nice to me and my family. Like I said, we seen him Smoky Mountain Knife Works. He was very nice. But you have to take your hat off to a guy that's diagnosed with ALS and Lou Gehrig's disease, that when Russia invaded Ukraine, he went to Ukraine and to help those people and try to pass on some knowledge, try to show them some gun skills, try to help them defend themselves. I think he tried to raise some money and do some things. So he was a big part of our community. And, I know he made some enemies. But like I said, we're going to have to be adults here. And if you disagree with me on any of my videos, a lot of you have said things, that is a good point. So I'm here to learn. I don't claim to know everything. And if you have a different holster than me, especially if I really admire you and look up to you, there's a lot of people that do things different than me that I've watched their channels or I've seen them out and they do things different than me. Well, I'm curious because I really respect them and I really like them. So I want to know, why do you do this? Why do you do that? And I'll pick their brain. Why this? Why this? And then it may reaffirm and reassure myself of the things that I'm doing. I think, no, I like my way better. Or I may I like that. You know what? I may file that back here and I may keep that for a rainy day. Or I may actually change. I owe no allegiance to any holster company, any round, any firearm, any caliber. I'm here to learn, and I like to show my experience. I like to show videos where we, test ballistics gel or test meat targets or test rounds or whatever the case may be, because I'm here to learn as well. But anyway, don't want to make this too long. I don't want to ramble. But now's not the time to pick somebody apart. Now's not the time to say, well, he said this. Now's the time to come together and acknowledge him for what he done for our community. I mean, he definitely trained folks, and he definitely had his heart in the right place when it comes to 2A and freedom. And like I said, he was giving of himself to go to Ukraine in a time of need. So just keep his family in your thoughts and prayers. I'm sure that anytime you lose a loved one, it's hard for your family and friends. So please keep them in your prayers. And tactical response is still going on. They're still having classes. I personally do not know any of the instructors, but I'm here to learn. And the Navy SEALs have a thing that a creed. They say their learning never stops. The training never stops. So if they feel like they can learn and train and do better, I feel the same way about myself and everybody else. So take a class, learn, go, shoot, be around like-minded people. Let's build a strong 2A community where we have each other's backs, and even siblings don't always agree. Parents and children don't always agree, but that don't mean we can't come together as a family and still care about one another. In times like this, come together and pull for one another. So like I said, I've never met any of his family. I don't know any of them, but my heart does go out to his family and to all those that are affected by his loss, because I think we have lost a pretty big, I don't know if you'd say voice, or a pretty big instructor, or a pretty big name, so to speak, in the 2A community. So, I do want to certainly send my condolences and my best wishes. And, if you can, anything you can do to support, his family, maybe a comment or whatever the case may be, and just let them know we're thinking about him, praying for him. And I wish you and yours the very best. We're all one community. Let's go easy on each other just because we may disagree about a round or a caliber. Again, we're all in this together, okay? We're all in this to protect my family and your family, so let's always keep that in mind. You guys are great. You're wonderful. One of the best communities that's ever been is a 2A community, and we got to fight to keep it that way. May God bless you. Wish you and yours the very best. And again, a heartfelt condolences. James, thanks for all you've done from tactical response to the Ukrainian people, to the 2A community. We need to give people the roses while they're living. He's unfortunately went on, but our hearts are with his family. And do me a favor, like I said, just leave a comment below. Anything that's on your mind. No negative comments toward James. Now's not the time. And please keep it family friendly. Again, may God bless you and yours. The Kentucky Patriot signing off.